Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our reaction to the first America's Got Talent results show of the season, where we are reminded that no matter the environment that the show sets up, they still find a way to make us upset, or at least make me upset. I don't want to speak for you, but I'm upset.
Yeah, America is still voting the way that they normally vote, so there's no real surprises going on here. If you've been watching the show as long as we have, I'm sure you could have guessed some of the people that we're going through.
It's not that much of a shock, but we'll talk through the people who were put through by America itself, then we'll get into the Duncan save, the judges save, and also, who should have been put through instead, at least in our minds. But before we get into it, if you like this video, give us a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You can check out our reaction to last night's performance show in the description, alongside links to our store and our Patreon, where you can support us further and check out a number of different tiers that we're offering there.
So, no surprise, all the singers went through.
It's America's Got Singers!
Yeah, it was a bunch of singers that went through. Now, that being said, I'm not mad at the singers that went through. I really like Shakira. I didn't like necessarily the second performance as much as her first. This one, she kind of went back to country a little bit, and even though it wasn't as upbeat as I was hoping for, girl can sing.
She can sing. I still wouldn't have had her in my top 5. I really think she's very talented, but I'm trying to think here cumulatively over the 3 performances that I've seen. There's only one that I think is like really kind of next level, and that was her audition. And conversely, Michael Yo, I thought he had a pretty good audition, but I think he got so much better, and I loved what he did. I would take out Shakira, and I would put Michael Yo in her place.
Michael was amazing last night. I said this in our reaction too. I got stung by a wasp in the arm while I was sitting at my desk inside, because 2020 is super weird. And I was in a super stale mood, and he came on and he completely changed my mood. He had me smiling. He had me laughing. It's something that I didn't think was going to happen at all after the day I was having yesterday. Michael really does deserve to go on. He really did.
And alas, America, they have done this, and it's not like I think Shakira is really good, and I'm not saying this is a unmistakable travesty. We'll get to that a little bit later, but I do think that she is talented. I just would have preferred something else. I feel like in general, though, we're both probably in agreement about Archie Williams and Roberta Battaglia.
Absolutely. I had I thought for sure these two were going through. I mean, Roberta, she's golden buzzer. She's so talented. And then we've got Archie, super talented. He has a story that really is resonating with everyone. Everyone is really behind him right now. These were no surprises.
No, not really at all. I said yesterday I'm not as big of a fan of Roberta's second performance as I was her first, but I just think overall, plus the total amount of talent she has, I think she's probably like one of the best pound for pound singers on this whole season.
Yeah, the song wasn't my favorite, but she is one of my favorites. Like, her voice is just gorgeous. It doesn't matter what she sings, honestly. She's just so talented.
This is going to be a season, and we should put this out there right now for a lot of people. If you love a lot of variety, you're probably going to be disappointed, because I think there are a lot of singers on this season.
There are so many singers on this season that if you're not looking for singers in this lineup, you need to put on your hard hats, because it's coming. It's already starting. It is going to continue to come. There are a lot of singers.
And it's like they already have an advantage, because America loves singers, especially young singers, a lot of the time. But it's also now that sort of added effect of the singers are actually, for the most part, performing in front of the judges in the studio, and you get that instant reaction where when you're watching something like, Bello and Annalise Knock, for example, it was even indicated on the show that it was taped in advance, so it kind of takes some of that suspense away. There's none of that real-time factor to it, and there's other acts who are kind of in that same boat.
So let's talk about the Duncan save.
All right.
All right.
Brett Loudermilk gets the Duncan save. And, okay, the three choices here were Brett, Double Dragon, Fingy. If you were voting for this, who would you have picked for the Duncan save?
Oh, Feng, that's not close. And I say that as somebody who I really like Brett. I mean, I've liked him so much. I love Danger Acts. Double Dragon, I love these two. If you've been on the channel, I'm all over these two. But Feng Yi just killed it last night. I think he was probably my favorite performance of the whole night. And I was sort of more lukewarm on his first performance, but he was so rock and roll last night. I loved his story, everything about, the Legos and his dad and how his dad helped him, giving him this ukulele and trying to help him through stuff. He's so good. And that mashup of those songs, him not being part of this anymore makes me really upset.
Yeah, I hope for the sake of everything good in the world that there's some sort of wild card in the next round and he can get it. But let's just start with these three for a second here, because I would have probably taken out Double Dragon and just put in Bello and Annalise here. However, with that being said, I'm not that mad about them not getting through to the next round, just because I'm not a real stickler for the rules here, and I love Bello and Annalise, but they both have already been on AGT in some shape or form. They've been on Britain's Got Talent, the champions. I'm not mad because I feel like they've already had their shot.
I'm okay with people having their shot over and over again. I'm fine with that. I don't mind any of that. The reason I wouldn't have had them here was just the act yesterday just made me feel like a pit in my stomach, watching her, doing the skipping rope and tripping over and almost ending up on her face. Like, it didn't feel like the normal Danger Acts that I really like, where I feel like the Daredevil is in control of the danger. And that's what makes me really excited about it, that I'm not here to watch somebody die or fall on their head. I'm here because this Daredevil is in control of the danger. And that wasn't happening for me yesterday, and it wasn't happening for her.
Well, this is why I would have voted for Brett for the Duncan save if it was between him, Fengy, and Double Dragon. So I'm happy with America's decision here, because I just feel like he did some danger, but I never was genuinely afraid for his life. I feel like it was polished and slick. I like that he had the magic. I feel like he could come back next time and do something totally different. I don't know if he needs to use Sofia Vergara again or not, but
I need him to stop doing that, because I really like him, and I like that he's able to adapt on the fly. And that is part of what made his first act, where he was working with Sofia, and made it so great. Seeing it the second time and Simon sticking that in my head, where he's just like, your act doesn't work without her. And I was like, no, yes, it does work without her. And then you do it again and you bring her back up again. I was like, oh no, please do not bring her up again and prove Simon right. I do not want this, because I can tell how talented he is. He is a guy who is a danger act that controls the danger like I love. So I am glad he's there.
Yeah, I'm glad he's there. I'm more than happy with that. But let's talk Double Dragon here, because I'm not here to destroy Double Dragon, because they are fun for what they do. But the problem is, you're comparing Double Dragon judges who are fun with Feng Yi, who I believe to be genuinely a master at his craft. Like, this guy is world class, and he is so young still and so ridiculously talented. It's like, what are you thinking not putting him through?
Okay, I'm in a weird spot because I love both of these acts so much. I've been a defender of Double Dragon since the beginning. I think that they're fun. I think their voices are so big, and I love that their whole act just feels like it is made for Vegas. And I keep trying to remind myself that that's the stage that they're fighting for. And so with Double Dragon, I mean, I could see that. I would see them in Vegas. Their act is great. But it is tough, because up against Feng Yi, he was my favorite of the night. And It's so hard because I'm not mad that they're through, but I am mad that he's not through. Can't I have them both?
I will be mad at both of these scenarios. I am mad that Double Dragon is through. I am mad that Fengi is not through because I just think he's great. How is it that Kelly Clarkson, this isn't even her job. She's not even on this show. How is she the only judge with sense? And the other people who are all on this show are just like, okay, let's all put through Double Dragon.
I was actually kind of surprised that they didn't go with Feng Yi because he is so young, and they love sort of young child performers, and they typically do pretty well in the votes as well.
I will probably be entertained by what Double Dragon does next. I will admit that. But I just don't like the idea that 80% of the acts moving forward now are people who sing. We already cover like a trillion other shows where people do that.
And that's why no surprises here that all the singers are going through. Because, there is so many singing shows. There's this, there's Idol, there's Voice, there's just, there's Songland. There's everything is about singing and songwriting and just being on stage, belting one out. So, it is going to be what it is. America is just very inundated with singing shows because they love them.
They do, and that's okay. It's okay to love singers. It's just for this show. I love variety, and I wish we had a little bit more of it.
Yeah, and that's why for me, I wish that this show didn't have singers on it, and not because I'm like, oh, poo-poo the singers here. It's just there are so many other places for singers to be, and this is the only stage for everyone else to be. Like, you're not going to see Brett Loudermilk anywhere else, like nowhere else. There is no other talent show for him to be a part of. So, where are you ever going to see Feng Yi?
Not here.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's my heart breaking.
It's their fault. Blame them. Blame the judges. Blame America. See what you have broken Jess's heart. I hope you're okay with your decision. All right, well, we're going to wrap this up now that I have completely destroyed everything. What did you think about the America's Got Talent results tonight? Let us know in the comments. And if you do like this video, give us a like, subscribe. You can support us further by checking the link in the description to the store, to our Patreon, and we'll see you here next time.